No, what's going on? What's going on? How we feeling? How we feeling?
Good.
So, for the folks watching, just tell us your name. What do you do? What's going on with you? Something about you.
My name is Rachel, and I am a nurse practitioner in a pediatric ICU. I work a crazy schedule: days, nights, weekends, holidays, all of it. Usually 12-hour shifts, sometimes 24. I'm off today.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. I'm at the end of the 12 weeks, and I'm feeling like I had some good results.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. So, before you got on board, before you kind of came in here, and we actually started working together. What were you struggling with? And what were things you had a hard time with?
Um, I definitely was struggling with my diet and kind of knowing what I should be eating and what my body really needed. There's all these like fad diets out there, and like people
Mhm,
tell you don't eat carbs, or like yes, eat carbs, or
mhm,
eat more
mhm,
fat, or don't eat fat. And it's just hard to know like what you should really do. And I've spent years and years on the yo-yo diet,
mhm,
the next fad type of thing. And I just really wanted to learn what I should be doing to get the results that I needed, and to
mhm,
feel healthy, really. So
mhm,
that was probably my biggest struggle. And then just working out consistently, and again knowing what to do in the gym or at my home, because really I worked
mhm.
out at home all the time.
Right.
Knowing what I should do.
Mhm, mhm. Okay. 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 And so, before with the workouts, what were you doing then?
Really not a lot.
Mhm.
Every once in a while I might do something like that I saw on YouTube, or like
Right.
somebody
Right.
posted on Facebook or something like that, but
Uh-huh.
there was never anything consistent. And it was just kind of like something, if I on a whim would be like, oh, I should work out today, I would do
Mhm,
it. But
mhm.
before COVID, I would sometimes go to like a class at the gym here and there, but then COVID
Right.
happened and I really wasn't going to the gym anymore. So
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I didn't do a whole lot.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. I understand. I understand. So, what was the big goal for you coming in? Like, what did you want to get done?
Um, I wanted more energy. I
Mhm,
wanted to learn the things that I needed to do and stick with them and kind of
mhm.
build those habits, and just have it be like a part of my everyday activities, and not something that
Mhm.
I had to think about.
Right.
Um, and ultimately wanted to lose some weight and get fit, get toned up. And I think I've learned that that's a long-term goal. That's a long process to
Yeah.
get there. You have to get the habits in place, and
Mhm,
do the
mhm.
work and keep doing the work.
Right. 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 Okay. Okay. So you realize it's more of a lifestyle than just, boom, flash in the pan, do it for a
Yeah,
few months and that's it.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay. So, over our time working, what were some of the things that you and I kind of put together and implemented?
So I had a plan for working out, lay it out for me. This is what you should do, and how many times you do it, and how many days a week. Um, and then it reminded me on those days, like, here's your workout, here's what you should do. So it was just right there for me, ready to go. And then I had my meals with all my macros, and like, even if I didn't stick to the exact plan, I could look at my macros and go, okay, I can swap this for this, and know how much protein I'm getting, and you know uh just kind of know what I was doing with my diet. Whereas before it was kind of like, I don't know, maybe this is healthy,
Right.
maybe it's not.
Mhm,
And then water was a big thing for me. Like, I really
mhm.
didn't drink water before, like,
Okay.
ever.
Yeah.
And now
Mhm.
I drink 100 ounces or more of water every day,
Wow. There
because
we go.
it
There
was
we
set up
go.
for me in my phone every day telling me, hey, drink your water, drink your water, drink your water. And so
Mhm.
now it became a habit, and like I can
Right.
really tell when I'm not drinking my water.
Mhm.
So that was huge for me,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad to hear. Yeah. The water, that was one of the biggest things for you. I remember that for sure. The water,
Yeah.
just getting it down on a regular basis. Okay. Anything else you feel?
And steps, like, I really wasn't counting my steps before. Like, I always
Mhm,
thought like, oh, I'm sure I get close to that, especially at
mhm,
work. Like, I'm sure I get easily 5,000 or more steps a day. And when I actually got a step tracker and was looking at it, I was getting like maybe 2,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
And so that was definitely like a big shock to me, and like really something that I have now incorporated, and I get at least 8,000 steps pretty much every day. So that's a huge difference too. And just not realizing, again, like you think that these things are going okay, you think you're eating healthy and you think you're probably drinking enough water, but without it like being laid out in front of you and looking at the numbers, you probably aren't.
Yeah. And that's why when we first started, I told you not even to worry about following anything. Just kind of like, let's see where you are. Let's see what's going on. And then we can go from there. Because, you know, if I just throw you up there, you know, into doing what you're doing right now, probably not going to get done because you don't know where you are. You don't know how to kind of track that progress.
Yeah.
Now, when it came to the mindset work, what do you think impacted you the most?
I think probably like the sort of dream building and not saying, let me try, or, you know, maybe just, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this, and this is going to be the end goal. And I think that just changing that mindset really has changed kind of like my outlook and just how I feel in general, and my confidence, and that I know like, okay, I'm going to get this done. There's this many hours in a day, and if I'm working days, if I'm working nights, if I'm running around town, whatever, I have these things to get done and I'm going to get them done.
There you go. There you go. I like that. It's just no more of this, you know, kind of just, hopefully, nah, it's all right. This is what it is. We're going to get it done, and that's life.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. So what were the results? You know, this is the way you look, the way you feel, the way you're thinking, like what came of all that work you put in?
I definitely have more energy for sure. I feel stronger just sort of in general. Like when I'm working out, I can tell a huge difference from where I started to where I am now. And I know I still have a long ways to go. Like it's, like you said, it's a lifestyle. It's, you know, a lifetime of continuing to work on my strength, but it's definitely worlds different. And eating, I feel like, is easier. Like I don't like have to think about it as much, or like I sort of know like, okay, these are my go-to foods. I know I need to get this much protein in. Here's what I'm going to eat. So it's definitely easier to do instead of trying to like, figure out what the best diet is, and then just getting overwhelmed and being like, I'm going to go get a cheeseburger instead. And like, I know that I could still go out on the weekend and, you know, have dinner for somebody's birthday, and it doesn't throw me off the rails. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just all over. And now I'm just going to eat whatever I want. Like, I still know here's what I need to do to get these things in. And all of my pants are too big right now. So that is definitely a bonus.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you told me that, you know, you're in the hospital doing your thing and starting to feel like you're sagging your pants because it's so big on you.
Yeah, I was walking into work yesterday and I was late, so I'm like walking really fast and I'm like pulling my pants the whole way. Like, oh my gosh, I look crazy right now.
It's bittersweet, right?
Yeah, you need to go shopping.
Get those shopping spree. Wait, so how much did you actually lose?
I think overall I lost 10 pounds.
10 pounds. There we go.
It wasn't a lot of weight, but it's like it makes a difference.
Hey, listen. I wouldn't even say it's not a lot of weight because it was more so the habit. So now not to have the habits, you're good to go for the long run. So that's 10 pounds now, not for the everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the inches for sure. Again, like I don't have the numbers in front of me, so I don't know the exact inches, but I definitely know my waist is way smaller than it was to start with. So my waist and my chest, I definitely saw a huge difference, a drop in numbers there.
There you go. I'm glad to hear that. And do you feel like that's sustainable, or you feel like it's just kind of a flashing kind of thing for you?
No, I feel like it's totally sustainable. Like I think that it'll just keep continuing to drop because I'm going to keep doing the same things that I've been doing. Because like I said, it's all just kind of a habit now. And I know I'm going to do it and meet my goals because that's my mindset now. So
Exactly. I'm glad to hear that. So early on, you're talking about, your confidence feels different. The way you kind of move around feels different. Can you go into that thought, that like a little more about what you mean by that?
I mean, like before going into all of this,
Hmm.
it's not just the confidence, but also kind of like making the time for myself. Like I'm a single mom, and I had just kind of been getting out of an abusive relationship and hadn't taken the time for me. Everything for me kind of got put on the back burner because I just always am taking care of everybody else. And I think if you work in healthcare, that's just kind of your personality, your nature. Like we're carers, we're givers, like that's what we do. And so I think doing this really helped me put myself as a priority and make my health a priority, because if I'm not healthy, then I can't be there for my daughter, or for the people that I love. And so I think it really helped with that. And then just kind of getting into putting myself first and realizing that I'm a priority, the confidence kind of comes with that.
Exactly.
And just feeling better overall. Like I have more energy,
Mhm.
my skin looks better because I'm drinking water, and it all just kind of like snowballs into
Yeah.
just overall feeling better.
It's like you can't even put a number on it. It's just, that feeling when things change.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel like the new energy is kind of impacted life now compared to before then?
So I obviously have a hard schedule. Like I go back and
Hmm.
forth all the time.
Yeah.
And I a lot of times would feel like on my days off, like I just don't want to do anything. I'm so tired. It's hard to switch from days to nights and back. It's hard to
Hmm.
do 3 days in a row.
Hmm.
But now I just have more energy in general, and I'm not drinking, you know, 3 energy drinks in a day. I'm not,
Hmm. Hmm.
slamming the Diet Cokes overnight and things like that. Like I still drink a coffee or a tea, but it's like nothing compared to what I used to drink before. Also, I'm drinking all the water, so I probably don't know, can't get that stuff in anyways. But yeah, I just feel like in general, it's easier to kind of get things done and go on about my day, keep up with my daughter and all of the things that she does,
Hmm. Hmm.
be at
Hmm.
work and
Right,
not
right, right.
feel like I'm dragging.
Yeah. It's like you just feel, at least I can speak for me, I might speak for you too, but it's like you're more productive because you actually have
Yeah.
the semblance on the inside to just go do more.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So for those watching, for those who might be on the fence about, getting on board or, making that change, what would you tell them?
I would say make yourself a priority for
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm.
It's worth it. And it is absolutely worth it to have someone tell you, here's the things that you need to do, how to structure your diet, your exercise, your sleep, your water, just your life in general, for it to become a habit, for it to be a lifelong thing, instead of trying to Google everything or do what, your friend says to do, this, that, and the other. Just to say, no, like here's everything at my fingertips. Here's my app, and here it's going to tell me what I need to eat today, when I need to work out, and what I need to do. And then you just keep doing it, and it becomes a habit, and it's absolutely worth it. I know that this will be a lifelong change for me. My birthday's in a week, so I know
Hey,
I'm
there we
going
go.
into,
There we go.
the next year a different person, and that
Yeah.
feels great.
Hmm. 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 I love that. I love that. I love that. And if you could point to one thing, what do you think was the most impactful thing for you within the entire experience?
I think just the change in the mentality of like, just get it done. Here's what you have to
Hmm.
do, and do it. And
Hmm.
not, we're not going to try, we're not going to see, we're not going to maybe, we're just going to get it done.
Hmm.
Because it needs to be done. Right. We
Right.
do that,
Right.
and we do that in our everyday lives. We do that in our, with taking care of our kids, with going to work. You do what needs to be done, but for some reason it's so hard to do it for yourself, the
Hmm.
things that we need to do. But there's so much that we can do, so much that, we can accomplish in life if we stop telling ourselves all the excuses for why we can't do it, and
Hmm.
just do it.
Right. 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 Just, yeah, knowing your priority and acting like it, not just saying it.
Yes, absolutely. It's so easy to be like, oh, I love myself, but actually actively loving yourself. I mean, love is a
Right.
verb, right? Like you have to
Mhm.
actively do these things to truly take care of
Talking
yourself
to
and
the
love
gospel,
yourself.
talking to gospel right now. That's what you're doing. But that's 100% true. That's 100% true. You don't, behave like it and make a actual action. I guess just doing it, it's not going to show up. It's not going to show up like you just said.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, hey, listen, I'm glad you took the time out to, come and talk and, share your truth and share your story today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.